Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kurt? I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On it. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to Speak On it. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With, Kurt, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt, dog. I'm him. Who you with, Kurt, dog. Want to welcome everyone to the show. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Hopefully you had a great day, and hopefully you letting your voice be heard and get out and vote. Welcome Julie P. Duncan to the show. Thank you for tuning in. On tonight's show, the question of the day tonight: your top 3 favorite movies. I was going to put one, but I know I have more than one. So, what is your top 3 favorite movies? Also, we're going to talk about Wayne Bryant. We talked about him, I guess, a couple of months ago. So we have an update on that. And then the ballots drop box over in California. Then COVID update. And of course, we can't leave without the super spread. Trump. We'll talk about him too. So you can chat live with us in the chat room. Julie actually said it's Monday night. You talking to us fast. Well, listen, hey, allergies messed up, so I just took some medication. So I might be a little hyped tonight. We didn't get a chance to finish our conversation last night. We had a lot of Trump supporter come in at the last minute. So I was like, hey, I'm ready to, hopefully they join us early tonight and not wait until the last minute to come in and say what they have to say. And we can have a good time. So, Julie, the question of the day is your top 3 favorite movies. For myself, I love Tyler Perry, Daddy Little Girl. I also like Selena. I'm a big fan of Selena. Love that movie with Jennifer Lopez, and I can't wait until the series come out. So that's going to be interesting too. And also love the 5 Heartbeats. So there's a lot of great movies out there. Those are the 3 that came to my head, came to my mind at the time. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos, out of Canada, tuning in again, been faithful. Possibly now a good fellow, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, those some pretty good movie. Julie said The Banker right now is on top movie. It's in Apple TV, so download it. It must watch. I actually seen that a couple of months ago. It is good. It's a lot of knowledge in there, a lot of history. So The Banker is definitely good. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, need to check it out. It's amazing, and some of the struggles that we went through. So, so that's a couple of people. You can chat live with us in the chat room. So tonight, I just found out about it. I guess it happened a couple of days ago. for Wayne Bryant. He was serving a life sentence in prison in Louisiana for stealing a pair of hedge clippers, and he was granted parole. He served 24 years. 24 years for stealing some hedge clippers. Now, this the court system, they was like, no, we're not going to look into it. The Supreme Court, they want to fool with it. But luckily, um, there were some people that came up to the parole board and they did accept and gave him parole. He have some strict guidelines to do, um, which I don't think he will have a problem with that. But that's 20, 24 years. He was originally given life for theft. Now, he did some other things in his past, but it was nothing like that. It's nothing where um, it's worth life for. So, in a statement, he said he have learned this lesson. Uh, he's clean, and with a God changing his life, that's a good thing. So it's definitely interesting. That's why we say it's different laws for different folks, and unfortunately, black folks and Hispanics get the most time. It could be the same crime, but we get the most time. So, so hopefully the brother do what's right and continue to stay on the path of and hopefully reach back and help some other younger brothers that he may see going down the wrong path, and he can lead them into the right direction. Um, Radio said 24 years for hedge clippers. Yes. I was surprised when we did the show a couple of months ago when it made headline. Uh, he was given life for stealing hedge clip. And I don't think he really stole them. It was attempted robbery of some hedge clippers. So, but they gave him life for it 24 years ago. So the time just don't fit the crime. And that's unfortunately we have to deal with that on a regular basis as the black community. Um, they will give us a steeper time for a misdemeanor. 24 years this man's life had been in prison. So um, just hopefully he stay on the right path, have the right people around him, and being able to lead and guide him in the right direction. For you don't have to go back, because if he ever go back, it's not going to be good. He's probably gonna end up getting that life. So hopefully they do what's right and he do what's right. Oh, excuse me. Um, then also, now I heard about the story. This just happens Sunday night, last night, um, over in Baldwin Park, California. The drop off ballot box was on fire. Um, yeah, that was interesting. And I guess about a week or so ago, when early voting started, uh, the Republican in California was putting out fake ballot boxes, and people was dropping them off. They didn't know the difference, but the Republicans knew, and that's a problem within itself. This is another form of trying to suppress the vote, and also they're trying to um, keep our votes from counting. So in the report, it said it was about 60 to 100 ballots that was damaged. Um, for that, someone passed by, seen it was smoking. They called the fire department. They um, come out, they turn around and put it out, and they had to use the jaws of life to get it open. So, which is really crazy. If you're just not joining in, welcome to the show. You can chat live with us in the chat, and please let us know what platform you're actually watching us on, because I believe we're on IGTV tonight. I believe I had that problem fixed. So if you are um, whatever platform you're watching us on, definitely put it in the chat. If I can't tell right off back, definitely put it in. And also, uh, the only one I won't be able to see your chat is Twitter. I know we are broadcasting live on Twitter also, but Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, you could definitely put your chat in Facebook. So so that's kind of interesting how the ballot box is catching fire. Uh, the Republican putting out fake ballot boxes, and it seemed like some crimes need to be brought up against some folks. Cause that's definitely tampering with an election, which they shouldn't be doing it no way. But once again, um, they will try to do anything and everything to try to win this election, and that's why it's important that we show up in mass numbers to make sure they don't have a chance of winning. It won't be necessary to do a recount because we need to beat them by a mudslide, and won't be no question about it. Also, yeah, COVID is still bad. Here in Dallas County have actually gone back to red, um, to the red level. Um, TCal, welcome to the show. I was wondering. I thought maybe your husband said you can't come in tonight. I didn't know. Um, welcome to the show, faithful listener. Um, but Dallas County have topped 90,000 COVID cases since March, and they added 382 more today. So our numbers have continued to go up, but unfortunately, some officials don't believe it. Um, just like Tarrant County, they're working on trying to open the bars back up, regardless of the numbers keep going up. Um, the As long as the numbers keep going up, you're trying to open up the bars. What's going to happen? People not going to do the right thing. They're going to go to these bars. They're going to have them full, and basically the number just going to keep going up. I know last night I said it was 21 states who seen a spike in numbers. Well, today it came out as 41 states that have seen a major spike in number for the COVID-19. So it's definitely concerning. And as long as we're doing things like this, it's gonna always be a problem. Here in Texas, right now we having some crazy weather. Um, 1 minute is 80, 90 degrees. Next day, it may be 40 at night, 50 at night, and then it's down to 70. Then go back up to 80 degrees, then you back down to 70. So our weather keep changing. That's why they had those saying here in Texas, if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes, it'll change. And it's been changing quite a bit. So I think last night it got down to, I want to say 50 something last night. And yesterday it was kind of warm. My allergies was well, I was good yesterday. Woke up this morning, allergies all messed up, and I'm like, man, I don't know what to do. So I just took some allergies medication and drank some tea earlier, and that kind of opened me back up. So um, So definitely be safe out there. Of course, these are a couple of stories we're talking about, but if it's something that you want to bring up, put it in the chat. We could discuss it. Um, also, a poll worker was fired for turning away people from voting because they had on a Black Lives Matter shirt or I Can't Breathe shirt. And this was in Memphis, Tennessee. So that poll worker was fired, which they should have been. They definitely should have been, for the simple fact that's not a political view. That organization is not a political review. Um, that's something that people that is against it feel like it's a political review. And I'm sure that poll worker, when they went to training, they probably told them that's not a political review and they can wear those items if they wanted to. But once again, uh, this particular poll worker decided he was gonna, or he or she, they didn't say, decide they was gonna turn away voters. Now I don't know what type of lines Tennessee have, but some places are still having long lines. And I could just imagine if you've been in line for 30 minutes to an hour waiting to vote and you get up there and you turned away, that's going to cause a problem. Going to be like, no, 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 no. I don't need to get turned away. So that worker was fired. And that's another form of voter suppression, something that we need to take control of, make sure it don't keep happening. And because we need to take a stand on it. And that's why we need to vote these folks out. Um, also, um, also dealing with Trump. I don't know if y'all heard this, but I just found out about it right before coming on. Uh, Trump claimed that China going to pay for the next stimulus package. Yeah, we've been down this road before about somebody going to pay for something. So uh, the Trump followers, please don't take that serious. Don't think China is going to pay for it for you to vote for it. It's not true. It's not true at all. Um, oh, it haven't been one, and it's not going to be one. When Trump said if he lose, he don't know if he's going to leave office. That's telling you a whole bunch right there. So the chances of it being um, a smooth transition, it's not going to happen. Um, hold on, they coming in. Uh, they said they should have been fired. That's what T Cal said. Um, Julie said he's on that pookie smoke. That pookie smoke. Yeah. That's the good. So yeah, which one you talking about, Trump or that election worker? I assume you're talking about Trump. His that dye, he probably put too much dye in his hair. That tan in a can, he probably put too much on today, and it started working, messing his mind up and everything. Um, wanna If you're just not tuning in, want to welcome you to the show. I see the numbers are going up on different platforms, so welcome to the show. Um, we're talking about different things tonight, but if it's a subject you want to talk about, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat, and we would also talk about it. Julie said the Orange Man. Yes. The question of the day: top three favorite movies. We talked about Fair Wayne Bryant, who was serving a life sentence in prison for stealing a pair of hedge clippers. He has been granted parole. Talked about the ballot box in California, that was set on fire yesterday. And we also talked about the fact a couple of weeks ago or a week or so ago, the Republican in California was putting out fake ballot boxes and they laughed about it. That's a problem because whoever um, gave that order to do that, they should be charged. And we did a COVID-19 update. Um, so Julie said the orange man. T-Cal said it's going to be a problem if it stay, and a problem if he leaves. Yeah, it's going to be a problem if he stay, uh, and a problem if he leave. My Wells might as well go. Yeah, he need to go. He have to go. He tweeted something earlier. Um, Golly, I can't remember what it was. Oh, he said somebody was going to pay X amount of money. I assume that's what he was talking about with China, but said they owe us so much money and all of this. And I said, well, hell, you owe us money too. You owe us back taxes. And you're the reason why we in this pandemic. When are you going to pay? So, of course, I'm sure he didn't. He's not going to answer. Julie said, what are your thoughts on ICE? Um, with ICE, it it's crazy. They definitely should not be separating family, and a lot of these ICE, um, they're actually probably some of the Proud Boys and some of the Klansmen that love to do those type. Oh, you talking about Ice Cube? Okay. Uh, Ice Cube. I have mixed feelings about it. I know who you're talking about now. Ice Cube, the rapper. Um, I have mixed feelings about it. Um, because I've seen several videos. One talking about which I know he been talking about a black plan, and they never nobody never really responded to it. So when he put it out there, I guess both parties contact him, and with both of them contacting him, I guess Trump said, "Oh, Trump team figured this is an opportunity where we could say we for the black people." Well, I seen another video where Ice Cube said no, he haven't agreed to work with them, but if somebody come up with a plan for the black community, he'll be willing to do it. Now Trump saying they have a plan, so Trump them is trying to use that to get black votes. At this point, it's too far in the game. It's way too far in the game to try to get the black votes at this point. You had 4 years and it didn't work. So now you want to try to do something, say you're doing something for the black community, but you're not doing anything for the whole USA. So no, I think what they do need to do, yeah, it need to be a black agenda. It definitely do something that we need to be able to work on. And instead of giving the grants and loans to certain groups, they need to be able to um, spread it out to the black community. The wealth that we have lost. As for um, the Black Wall Street, the Chicago, I think it was called Red Saturday or Red Sunday or something in Chicago. Um, so it been too many massacres in the black community. As soon as we start thriving, then they end up coming in doing something and destroying it. So yeah, it's definitely something that we need to look at. At this point, I don't see anything happening. I feel that Trump is going to use that to try to get black voters, and some people are going to be dumb enough to vote for him, and it's not good. That's my opinion of it. It's not good to try to come up at the last minute. This should have been something that should have been talked about on day one when he got in the White House, and not on the last couple of weeks. So, um, T. Cal said, "I love movies, and three can't begin to tell the story, but just to name a few. The Color Purple, that's a good one. The Color Purple is definitely a good one. Seven, and To Kill a Mockingbird. Ooh, yeah, that is good. Radio Chaos said in Canada, they did a poll on Trump. 86% poll said they would vote for Biden, and 56% of people that support our conservative party said they would vote for Biden. So that tells you Trump rating. Trump is going to try to do any and everything he can to try to win, even lying again. Matter of fact, I seen I think it was CNN, in 3 days. Trump, they did a fact check on Trump, and he lied 68 times in 3 days, either 66 or 68 times in 3 days. So they're like, he's the most dishonest president there is. And I agree with him. Hell, I've been knowing that. Do you think Ice Cube is the qualified voice to speak on behalf of Black community? I think it's interesting that both parties have taken an interest in a meeting with him. Well, I feel like it should be a team. It shouldn't just be one person. It shouldn't be one person, because and it need to be a team of people where they can meet and come up with a full plan, and not just one person coming up with a plan. So I think if we had a team like that put together, it will be much better. Instead of course, if it's one person, they all are going there and say, "Oh yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that." They'll tell you anything. But when you telling multiple people that, they not gonna lie. One person is one against the 100 people that may be in the room. So I think it should be more than one person. It should be a team of people. Um, I wonder if he's genuine on some Marcus Garvey, or is allegedly he has a person again, because it is said he connected by association to one of the Orange Man friend. I haven't heard that part. I don't know about it, but Ice Cube have always been kind of political, even back in NWA days. That was pretty much political. So, um, so hopefully he's not doing that, because if um, if he's doing that, it will hurt him in the long run. Because when he come out with another movie, guess who he gonna come to try to get him to support him? So it's definitely. I hope it's not true. I hope he's legit with what he's trying to do. I don't know, but Q, I'll follow you on Twitter, so you may be watching the show. You're more than welcome to come out. Not come out. You can reach out to me, and give you the opportunity to come on the show and explain yourself. And for the people would know if that's what you want to do. I'm I'm a I love Q music. So ever since NWA, I always follow his stuff, but hopefully he's not doing it like Kanye. So, and if that's the case, I think it will hurt him in the long run. So hopefully he's not doing this to try to do like Kanye. Just like I haven't done enough on this next story. And I wasn't going to talk about it, but since you brought that up, Julie, I seen on Twitter where 50 cents actually said, uh, fuck it, vote for Trump. And I'm like, what the hell? So, not sure exactly what he meant in that content, but still, to make a statement like that with a platform that you have is just a dumbass statement. That's my opinion. So, he definitely shouldn't uh, be making statements like that. You can support whoever you want to, but at the same time, you do not go and make comments like that where your followers or the ones that you influence say stuff like that. Um, T Cal said, I must have missed the story. What happened with Ice Cube? Well, Ice Cube is doing he talked with Biden Harris team and also Trump Pence team about the black agenda. So, and it came out that he's supporting Trump. That's what Trump say. Trump said they coming up with a plan to do it. That's what his team is saying. But I've seen Ice Cube on Coleman, CNN, and um, and Cube explained himself and said, "No, I haven't agreed to work with neither one of them. I put it out there. They both reached out to me, but I haven't agreed to work with neither one of them." So with Ice Cube, hopefully, whoever the next president is, take a stand on this and start trying to do more for the black community. Now, now hold on now. I'm not saying you stay at home and sit on the couch and wait for opportunity to knock. No, you got to do some work yourself because you need to get out and be productive yourself to try to make things happen. Um, uh, Julie said $5 like to ruffle the people feathers, pay him no mind. Exactly. Um, yeah, and not only that, I hope 50 cents is not that crazy to actually believe what he tweeted today, because one thing about it, yes, you do have the number one show on ABC. Yes, everybody do watch Power, but guess what, 50? Where do all your support come from? And he also said in a tweet he didn't give a damn about Trump not liking black folks. So um but 50 cents, what you got to realize, if it wasn't for the black community, your shows would not be number one. You wouldn't keep getting renewed for more shows. So what you making comments like that is not a black enough black Trump supporters where you can stay on the TV if we all start boycotting you and stop watching your shows. So people got to look at that before we do anything else. Before you open your mouth, you need to look at the whole deal of it and realize that, hey, you're talking about the ones that's keeping money in your pocket. And if that's the case, only thing we got to say, you know what? We'll get rid of it. We'll stop watching. Let us stop watching for 2 weeks. See what happened, and you'll be counting a heartbeat. And Trump won't be able to help you. So I hope you were just joking around, but that's a bad joke because right now we're in a trying time. This is no time to be joking and playing around. This is real life situation. So you definitely need to come back, put out a tweet, apologize. If you was joking, say you was joking. But you also got to realize these same people who you going against also knowing that if you are supporting Trump, that's your business. That's your business. But when you put it out there, you got to realize there's going to be some fallout behind it. And it's nothing for us to boycott your shows. It's nothing at all. So I'm hoping you pull that tweet back, make a statement or something. Just like I said with Ice Cube, if you want to come on the show, I follow you on Twitter too. You know, you're more than welcome to come on. Um, Radio said, I don't put much stock in celebrity endorsement. It's just their opinion, like everybody else. Yeah, it is, but the content that he said it in, it was really messed up. And he could have been joking. I don't know. I don't know if he was joking or not. But this is not a time to joke. It's really not. Not with everything Trump have done, and the things he's said, all the lies he's told, and that's kind of like that old saying, a crab in a bucket mentality, where you see one crab trying to get up, another crab will pull him down. So, and that's the way I look at the tweet that he actually put. And I hope he's not doing that just to get people to like him, or make his name famous, or for he could tweet about his show, get people paying attention to what he's tweeting, just for they could support his shows. And this is not a funny situation. This is life and death. Yeah, you may not. You talking about he probably is. He probably is. But he talked about the taxes, the fair taxes, for someone making over 400,000. So I think it's more of the fact that who knows? Some of these celebrities probably trying to do like Trump, pay $750 every 10 to 15 years. Who knows? But then again, this is not a situation to be bringing this up, because here it is. We're in a pandemic. Too many people have lost their homes. Too many people have lost their jobs. Too many people have lost their lives behind um, this clown that is up in the White House that is saying this pandemic is fake. It'll blow over, and then when he got it, um, he come out trying to prove a point. Oh, it's not that bad. Decided to leave the hospital and do a drive-by to wave at his supporter. Man, go sit your tail down somewhere. This is not a joking matter. But once again, he's more concerned about letting his face be seen to get his supporters riled up. So yeah, it's definitely not a good situation. Hopefully 50 was not um serious about what he put, and hopefully Ice Cube is not doing crazy things too. Now 50 old music I used to listen to because I love old school, but Ice Cube, I love his music, his old school. But when he left NWA, I think I have several of his albums, CDs. So welcome to the show, Eva Donkey. Uh, you know what? An American flag would look good hanging on the wall behind your head. No, because that's actually disrespecting the flag. See, that's the problem we have with some folks. You don't realize when people got upset about Kaepernick kneeling and saying it was disrespectful to the flag. It's actually disrespectful to the flag to have it laying sideways. Um, Also, to have it pinned up somewhere, flying on cars, that's all disrespect. Making clothes out of them, that's all disrespect. So, yeah, it's definitely not a. It wouldn't look good behind my head, because I know the difference between respecting the flag and disrespecting the flag. What Kaepernick did was not disrespecting, but I understand you are a Trump supporter and you may think it was disrespectful. I don't know. Uh, but at the same time, American flag won't be up on my wall. Radio said Candace Owen is definitely making money supporting Trump. Yes, she is. Uh, um, Chandra on Periscope. Welcome to the show, Chandra. I think I seen you in last week. Ice Cube slash reviewed the plan. He had an issue with looking to just one party. Trump could win. Um, yeah, I know he said whichever party that is that actually gonna do something. But I'm like, I understand that, but this close to an election, that should have been something done um, when they first got in office. Should have been working on a plan then, not just now when it coming down to just a couple of weeks before the election. So, and don't get me wrong, like I said at the beginning, I don't know enough about it. I've seen videos of it, and I have mixed feelings because I feel like some type of plan need to be in place, but it shouldn't be one person speaking for the entire black community. If it's going to be one person, um, I would say uh, President Obama. Have a team of people. I just feel like it shouldn't be one person. Get a team of people together to come up with a plan where it cannot be one person word against a room full of people word. And we know exactly what is going on, not just one person. Now, like I said, I like Ice Cube movies, I like his music. Um, and I've seen different videos and people was dogging Ice Cube. That's why I haven't spoke on the subject because people change stuff around and they try to take bits and pieces to say certain things to try to get attention to it. And that may not be the full effect of it. So when I seen the video, um, I didn't see the original video, but I seen some videos and bits and pieces, and I'm like, I'm gonna just wait back. But hey, I support Cube. I hope he's not doing it um, to help Trump out like Kanye. I just pray and hope he's not, but who knows? Um, Eva Donkey said, "Nah, man, that show love for the country. No, it don't. Do your research on the American flag. It should never how they have them at football games. The flag should never be laid like that. So definitely do your research on it. It shouldn't be flown on cars or anything like that. So uh, that's one of those things we're gonna have to agree and disagree on. But you shouldn't be having uh, bathing suits. Um, um, shouldn't be having bathing suits have as the American flag either. So no. Um, I I I briefly heard that, Chandra, but I didn't get a chance to listen um, to the full interview. For the simple fact that I have so much I'm doing. I haven't. That's why I didn't touch on it. Someone asked the question tonight. How did I feel about Ice Cube? Um, I have mixed feelings because one time you read this that is saying, "Oh, Ice Cube supporting Trump." Then I see a video. Trump said, Ice Cube saying, "No, I'm not supporting him." Then you got Trump coming out saying his party coming out saying Ice Cube supporting them. And I seen where he was on Roland Martin, but I haven't had a chance to go back and listen to it. So I will do that tomorrow, for then I can have more knowledge of it and be able to speak about it. Welcome to the show, Marcellus. Um, Thank you for always tuning in from um, Louisiana. Radio, I didn't forget about you. Obama is hitting the campaign trail this week for Biden. That should trigger Trump. Oh, yeah. It's going to piss Trump completely off. And yeah, that's going to be interesting. So, um, so I agree with you. Um, Eva Donkey, you have your opinion about the flag. We'll agree, disagree. Um, you said, oh, you saying howdy to Marcellus. But either way, we all have our own opinion. Um, Chandra, if you have more information about that, definitely uh, let us know. How do you feel about the Ice Cube statement? I cannot really speak on it that much because I haven't had the time to really dig deep down inside of it to listen to everything and see everything for myself. So, but if you have information, definitely share it with us, and uh, we would like to know because um, me personally, I I like Cube, and some people say he may be trying to sell out. I don't know. Uh, n- Eva Donkey said, I don't know nothing about celebrities. But you supporting a reality show celebrity. I'm just saying it's not good. Um, Radio said Obama could read the phone book at a rally and it would be better speech than Trump could deliver. I agree with you. I really feel like um, Trump is Trump is really nervous now because the way early voting is taking place now, it have passed the numbers that happened in 2016. So it's Trump is nervous. He don't know what to do. He's paranoid. He's probably gonna go on on a Twitter rampage and everything else. The day that President Obama hit the campaign trail. So, and please, if what he don't want is have Michelle Obama to hit it because then he would really lose his mind. Because Trump done everything in 4 years to try to change everything President Obama did. Not only that, see, there's something else. This is how dirty Trump is because still in a pandemic, some people have lost their jobs, some people have taken pay cuts, some people have lost their homes, but he's still trying to cut food stamp for American people in the middle of a pandemic, and the court put a block to it, tell him he can't do it. So why are you trying to cut food stamp for over 700,000 families? Why? In the middle of a pandemic. I I don't understand that. That tells me he don't care about you. He don't care at all. So you trying to cut a food stamp for people, but you also trying to get these same people to vote for you. And unfortunately, most of the people that this is gonna affect is probably the ones that you're trying to cut their food stamps, the ones that are out there supporting you. So yeah, I would like to know how y'all feel about that. Radio said Trump is such a bad public speaker. It's surprising for a public figure. Yeah, and he's trying to use T Cal laughing at radio. He trying to use the same strategy he did with Mexico, saying China is going to pay the net stimulus package. No, they not. How they going to pay it? Trying to use the same stuff he did in uh, in his last election, 2016. No, no. So it's not good at all. And now um trying to trying to cut food stamp is not good. It's really um um it's really not good at all. The way that he's trying to do it. Even Donkey is saying LOL. Um so it's I don't understand him. I think he just wake up, or if he go to sleep, he just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this to American people today. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." China couldn't even pay for his next rug. Exactly, that $70,000 rug he have on his head. So it's uh yeah, and between that next rug and that can and and that tan in the can. So but we need to make sure we are getting out and voting. Matter of fact, Eva Donkey, have you voted? I know you're on here all the time, but have you voted? Um, just kind of curious. Inquiry minds want to know. We know who you voting for, but have you voted yet? So we would like to know. But once again, this is oh, he said he haven't voted yet. Well, hopefully you vote. Hopefully you can. And hopefully you vote smart and not for the dump. I mean Trump. I know you are a Trump supporter, and that's fine. But just because you support him, that don't mean you have to vote for him. But you can vote for whoever you want to, and we're okay with that. But um, we definitely need to make sure we get out and vote, make a difference in this election coming up November the 3rd, because Trump has to go. He has to go. Um, so it's um, that's all to it. Trump need to go. If you are on Instagram, watching us on Instagram, um, like we may have about 7 minutes. Instagram only give you 1 hour. Um, our show is normally 2 hours long. So click on the link in the profile and head over to YouTube, and you can continue to be on the show. Um, Continue to follow the show. We normally do about 2 hours, majority of the time. So if you're on Instagram, you can always go over to YouTube and join in, and you can chat live with us. I don't know if um, if Instagram is allowing us to chat at the same time, but you could definitely join us live and chat. So with um Eva Donkey, I don't know if you came in, if you heard the question of the day, and also Chandra, um, what are your top three movies? Your top three favorite movies? I know there's a lot of movies you may like, but what are your top three? Because for me, um, I like Tyler Perry, Daddy Little Girls, Selena, and the Five Heartbeats. Um, that's my top three. But I have several movies. I'm not gonna name them all, but um, it's it's so many good movies out there. You can have. When I thought of the question, I was like, you know what? I was just gonna ask what was the top movie you like, but I was like, no, I can't just say one because it's so many. Um, because I was thinking, I was like, oh, right away, Daddy Little Girl is the top of my list. Selena and the Five Heartbeats. When Eddie Kane come in running, Eddie Kane Jr. Nobody can sing like Eddie Kane. Uh, so, like I was saying earlier, I said 68, but it's 66. Um, the CNN did a uh, a fact check on Trump's Friday to Sunday, and he did 66 misleading uh, uh, comments, which was false. So that's a lot. Uh, uh Eva Donkey said he got Boondock Saints, Pope Fishing. That was a good one. And Spaceballs. Never heard of that one, but okay. Um, hey, that's a good one. You could definitely it's so many movies, but when I asked that question, I thought of the first movies that came to my head, and those were the first three that came up. So that's always a good thing. Um, then trying to see what else we was gonna hit on tonight. Now, last night we had some people, and hopefully they come back. Um, oh, uh, what platform is it on? I'll try to put it up. Y'all had me watching a lot of stuff, and I need about three more people to keep up with everything I'm trying to do. So, um, what platform is it on? That you are you watching it on demand, on Fire Stick, or what? Oh, on Google. Okay, I have to pull it up and see. Um, okay, and yeah, I try to watch it, but then mm, it was okay. I'm 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 more of a comedy type guy, comedy or uh comedy or drama. So um I do watch all type of movie if it's something that actually catch my eye. I will watch them. Like for instance, uh who was that by Leonard Skinner? If I leave here tomorrow, man, that's a great documentary about them. Um, that's really a great documentary to watch. If I leave here tomorrow, it's named after one of the top uh, performing songs, which is always good. Um, and I seen that, and I was like, man. Um, and it's several movies out that we could talk about. I love La Bama. Uh, I don't know about y'all, but La Bama was a cool movie. But when Selena came out, that move La Bama out the way. I still watch both if I catch them, so that's a good thing. But I like them both. So many good movies out. Uh, no, I haven't. I haven't seen that one yet. Um, They Live. No, I haven't seen that. So I need to write these down so I can um, kind of go back and look at them. Um, so I'm writing them down for I can make a list. One day I um, will be able to take time out and catch up on movies one day. It, and I'll be today. Well, it won't be today. I know that. Um, so with um, um, T. Cal said Selena Five Heartbeats said awesome. What was the other movie? You said Daddy Little Girl. That's my number one pick. Daddy Little Girl. Um, so that's actually a pretty good movie in my eyes. It is. Um, um, so as for right now, Trump did hold a rally today in Arizona, which man, I I don't understand it. Um, I don't understand why uh, people will put their life at risk to uh, which is crazy. They put their life at risk to go to a rally, just like the people yesterday for the church in Las Vegas, International Church in Las Vegas. They went there. Most of them didn't have a mask on. Um, Matter of fact, CNN said that his rally yesterday made no political sense, and um, then they talked about him holding a rally in Arizona today, which is I don't know. Uh, I think what Trump is doing is basically trying to engage with people, let his face be seen, and just for they can say, you know what, he's not wearing a mask. I'm not gonna wear one. Um, so I really feel like it's not good. I don't think he's gonna um, win the election. This is my opinion, and I hope he don't. Um, it's a known fact. I don't care nothing about him, so hopefully he don't win. Oh, excuse me. Um, so radio said Trump was holding rallies in his first year in office. He need these to get his fits to fuel his ego. And actually, that's what somebody said before, that he's holding the rallies not necessarily about politics, just for people can see them. They said that's the reason why he when he was in the hospital, he came out for and did that drive by just for people can see him. Um, and that's not good. Um, Instagram, I don't know if you're still on or not, but like I said before, if you are disconnected on Instagram, you can come over to YouTube and watch us and continue with the show on YouTube. Um, and you can live chat with us. So I'm not sure if you was able to come on or not. I guess it'll pop up in a little bit and I would know if we broadcast live on Instagram. This is a new service I'm trying, so hopefully it works. I'm not sure, but if it don't, I just say to the hell with it. But other than that, you could definitely chat live with us on every platform except Twitter. So um, I'm sure 50 probably been trying to tweet me um, because we talked about them, but hey, it's all good. Send me a message in the box. We can have you come on here to explain yourself, which will be cool. Um, uh, but I hope you're not doing this like Kanye. Um, and please do not write people name into the ballots. That's a vote for Trump. Don't do that. And I know a lot of Trump supporters saying they're not voting for Trump. Well, who are you voting for? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what's going to happen? We're going to start seeing seeing all these different names showing up on the ballots, and that's not going to be good for nobody. So hopefully Trump don't win. There's no way we could take 4 more years of dealing with stuff like that. There's absolutely no way we could deal with that. Not 4 more years. Um, Also, in the U.S., we have had over 2.2 million deaths in the U.S., which is Not, which is way too many. 220,000 deaths. I said 2.2 million, 220,000 deaths in the U.S. from the COVID-19. Also, uh, there's a couple of states. Today is the last day to register. I believe it's California, um, uh, South Dakota, and it's like two more. I had them marked down if I could keep up with them. Um, uh, Let me see, because I know I wrote them down if I could keep up with them, and I did not. Can't remember exactly where I put them, but also in the debate, um, they actually going to be cutting the microphones off. I said that a couple of weeks ago. They need to be able to cut them off. If they want to keep talking, cut them off. Give the other person the time limit they have, but they really need to take control of it, cut the mics off, and go from there. Um, and I'm still kind of confused why Trump did not want to do the last debate, but he was able to do rallies. So um, I don't understand that. So that's interesting. He didn't have time to do the debate, or it wasn't good because he didn't want to do a virtual debate, which was crazy. Um, Radio said, hopefully, if Biden win at the inauguration, Kanye won't jump on stage and say to Biden, "You know, Trump ran a great campaign too. He should get shot out." Exactly, do him like he did. Man, I forgot her name. It been so long ago. Uh, uh, oh, that's another thing. Um, Trump had mentioned about Exxon did a hypothetical fundraising call, and Trump said they did for him, but Exxon came out and said, "No, we didn't. We didn't do that." So once again, this man just continued to lie. He continued to lie about everything. Every time he opened up his mouth, he lied. So I'm like, hey, that's jacked up. Uh, so I'm trying to find the tweet on 50 cents um because he says some crazy stuff and I do not agree with him at all. Um but you have the opportunity of voting for whoever you want to, and that's what make this country so great. We had the opportunity of doing it, and you don't uh you don't do it. Okay, so 50 said, what the f, vote for Trump, I'm out. Fuck New York, the Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. 62% are not. 62% are you out of your fucking mind. So I don't know. I guess that's the poll from showing that um, top tax rate by state under Biden tax plan. So, and I guess he's upset about, and I don't know if the tax plans are true or not, but either way, it's not good. Um, to encourage people to vote for Trump, it's really not all that good. Um, okay, my battery is low on my mouse, so it's really not that good on 50 cents. And but to come out and make that comment, 50 have been banned from several platforms. I believe IG was one of them because of some of the things he was saying and doing on there. Um, but hopefully he come out. Yeah, it's probably going to cost him pay more money, but um, uh, yeah. So that's crazy. What the hell? Um, PC murder. Okay. I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, so that's what I look at. Matter of fact, Ice Cube is gonna go live. I guess. Well, I guess he already went live. So, uh, guess he went live tonight to talk about the plan. But I'm gonna have to do more research on that Ice Cube situation. Trump will set a new record for rage tweeting on election night if it doesn't go his way. Yes. If it don't go his way, it's not gonna be good. It won't be. It won't be good for anybody. Um, um, and so that's really that's sad. You lose. It's nobody's fault but your own because you came in doing all the wrong things, and people are tired. People are tired. That's all it is. People are tired of what you're doing, and we're just not trying to hear it no more. You had 4 years to come and do what you needed to do, and you didn't do it. So it's nobody's fault but your own. But hey, you can't blame nobody but yourself. That's all I can say. If you go out here and you talking about hate, and then you come back, you keep uh, flipping. You're talking about hate, then you come back, you want the black support, then you talk about hate again, then you want black support, and you spent your whole 4 years in office trying to change what the president before you did, all because you have a hard on for him, because you're not understanding what have taken place. So yeah, it's a problem. When did I know this cannot be true? Then also, did y'all see that senator out of Atlanta that was surfing in the audience at a Trump rally? No mask or anything. So that's going to be interesting too, for the simple fact that um, he must forgot about the people before him that went to the rallies not wearing a mask, and he's surfing the across the audience with no mask on. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Um, that don't make sense to me. Why would you do anything like that? That's just crazy within itself um, to be doing stuff like that. That don't make sense to me. Yeah, I forgot the Senate name. See if I can pull it up real quick. But he was surfing across the audience like it wasn't nothing. Senator Georgia State Rep Vernon Jones uh, crowd surfed maskless during Trump rally. Well, Georgia, y'all need to step up, make sure he's on his way out. Because the thing is with him, he might be, I don't know, mouth wide open. He's smiling, thumb up as he's surfing. Now, allegedly, some people posted some things about him saying that um, he switched to Republican because he was doing some crooked stuff allegedly. So I don't know. And a lot of people stop fooling with him. But we'll see in a couple of days when it comes out that he tested positive. We'll know. So who knows? But hey, that's what people do. That's what they want to do. Um, as long as it, like I said last night, it's breast cancer month. So I'm definitely supporting breast cancer. And also it's domestic violence month also. So if you or someone you know that are dealing with domestic violence, that's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Um, you call that number if you need help. 800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-7233. And if you have domestic violence going on in your home, please get some help. Um, Also, if you're in the Dallas area and you're trying to find a shelter because of domestic violence, you have the family place. You can call them 214-941-1991. That's 214-941-1991. So tonight, we're not going to stay on here in the full 2 hours because unfortunately, I know the Cowboys are playing. It was a double header today, and radio said the Republican Party is turning into a cult. Yes, it is. It is. They have been one. People are upset because we have different views than each other. Kind of like some of the people come in, they put their stuff in the comment, and they run off. I'm like, hey, join, be a part of the show. You can come in, you can talk about what's on your mind. We okay. We big kids. We not gonna go and cry like we in the sandbox. Unfortunately, like some people, Trump, but we give you the opportunity to speak your mind. We hear your views, you hear our views, and we have a great dialogue. Regardless if we agree or not, but we can have a great dialogue about what's going on in the world because regardless of who the next president is going to be, whatever policy that they make is actually going to affect us either way. Regardless of who you support, it's nothing we could do about it at that point. But how we make a difference is by getting out and vote and also voting for our local election. That's where our policy, our laws are made with local. But a lot of people don't like voting for local, but we need to. That's the most important thing about it. We need to be able to vote for our local election as well as our federal election. So, but I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here tonight because we are. I know Monday nights, Sunday nights is kind of hard, and Thursday night is kind of hard because football season is back in, and because of that, a lot of people are watching the game. And I say that because I look at the numbers once we get off the air. Then I look at them the next morning, and it's completely different. Welcome, Robin. Welcome to the party. She said, "Local election are honestly the key to change we want to see." Yes, that's the only way we're gonna make the changes, or by our local election. We have to vote local. That's why I say all the time. I go out. I don't care what election it is. I go out and I vote. I vote every time. Um, if we voting on the dog part, I'm gonna let my voice be heard if I agree or not agree. I understand how that is. She said I'm late tonight. Got stuck. into Costco, a lot of laugh. When you go to Costco and Sam, you cannot run in there and come back out real quick. It's just not good. Give you an update. The question of the day is top three favorite movies. If you have top three favorites, you can put them in the chat. We also talked about Fair Wayne Bryant, who was serving a life sentence in prison for allegedly stealing hedge clippers. He was granted parole a couple of days ago. We talked about it a couple of months ago, and they said no, he needed to serve his life sentence. But they got out. We also talked about the ballot boxes in California being set on fire at Baldwin Park, and we also hit on I guess it was last week, the Republican put out fake ballot boxes um, and laughed and joked about it. We talked about the COVID-19 update, Trump, and more. Um, so wherever you want to jump in and have at it. As for COVID-19, the U.S. have hit 220,000 deaths. 220,000 deaths, which is crazy. But we have a leader. Um, we have a leader where um, he don't think it's real. He's telling people you don't have to wear a mask. It's not that bad. Yeah, but people not realizing that they not gonna get the same treatment as Trump. That they won't do. Um, um, T-Cal said my friend from California was just telling me about the ballot boxes out there. Unbelievable. Yes, they're trying everything they can to suppress the votes. They don't care who it affects. That's like last night I talked about a nursing home here in DeSoto, that DeSoto, Texas, that don't want to take their residents to go and vote. So with that being said, one of the local pastors, Marcus King, he actually um, make an arrangement for they can go vote and let their voice be heard. So that's part of the suppression they trying to do to keep people from voting. Um, it's crazy how California is doing. I was gonna talk about the story last Thursday when I heard about the fake ballots been set up in California, and I completely forgot because we had so much we was doing on Thursday and had Randy Williams on the show from um, Landon Lemonade Stand. So it was just kind of crazy that they're doing stuff like that, and people not outraged about it. I know here in Texas they not outraged. We also talked about tonight about the poll worker that was fired in Memphis, Tennessee. Robin fired because he was turning people away. They was turning people away because they didn't say if it was male or female, turning them away for the simple fact that they had a Black Lives Matter shirt on or I can't breathe shirt. And unfortunately, some people feel that uh, Black Lives Matter and I can't breathe is a political view. No, it's not. It's not a political view. It's a statement, but it have nothing to do with political views. Just like Eva Donkey mentioned earlier about uh, I will look good with American flag behind me. No, I won't. That's your opinion about it, but I won't have an American flag behind me for the simple fact that's disrespecting the flag. And some people feel like what Colin Kaepernick did was disrespecting the flag, but him kneeling had nothing to do with the flag at all. But people drive around with the flags on their trucks, have clothing made out of the flag, and all type of things. Even the NFL, when they had a flag, bring the flag out on the field, and they holding it uh, flat. You're not supposed to do that. Um, so what Kaepernick did, it wasn't disrespectful. But when you see somebody walking around with bikinis on with American flag, that's very disrespectful. So that's my opinion of it. That's from what I read about it during that time. So hey, each his own. But I definitely uh, appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Like I said, it's hard when you are going up against the NFL with the sports game. I know some people is loving it because it was a double header today. I don't know who won and all of this, but I know here in Dallas, um, Dallas playing, but I don't care. um, for the simple fact, I don't support Dallas at all. Um, I was born a childhood Cowboy fan, but I don't support them. Until I see some changes in the front office, I won't support them. Too many things been said uh, about the players kneeling, and only thing Jerry is saying is show grace. Show grace. That's it. And because they're not uh well, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If and T Cal said the Cowboy game is terrible, trust me, you are what's better. Well, I guess a lot more of them need to lead the game and come on into the room too. Uh they can come on in and talk about how bad they are, because I don't know. Um, yeah, the Chargers are good. Radio said I like the Chargers. I'm still waiting for a championship. The Chargers are good. Back in the days, I used to like Pittsburgh, even though I was a Cowboy fan, because I grew up a Cowboy fan. It's just the last couple of years when Jerry opened his mouth, I just can't get down with that. But as a Cowboy fan, um, I wasn't. Cowboys used to always come first, but I never really just a diehard fan. I remember growing up when they used to have pep rallies at a local mall, uh, especially when Washington came to town. Crazy Ray and the Indian, they be out there like they about to fight. You get Butch Johnson come out there and do the quake. So Everson Wall, they all would come out there. Drew Pearson, and several other stars would come out there to show support from the fan, even though they didn't have a great winning record, but they was good. They are $1 billion team. Yes, they are. They are $1 billion team. Um, and I support them, but the way I look at professional team, I'm not making no money off of them. So hey, I could watch them, don't watch them, but um, but I used to like Pittsburgh at one point when Greg Lord played for them. I used to watch them because that was a hell of a defense back then. When Greg Lord and I forgot the other guy name, um, but that was a good team. So It was just something about that particular team that was good for me. Um, I hate the way that um, Jerry did DeMarcus Ware. I feel like he should have kept him. And shout out to DeMarcus Ware because he's back in the Metroplex. Seen on the news the other day, he just recently opened up a gym here in the Metroplex. So that's a that's a good thing. And one thing about it, any players that have left the Cowboys for whatever reason, they end up getting a ring. So DeMarcus Ware was a beast. Him, Charles Haley, beast. I actually had an opportunity of meeting Charles Haley several times, and he's actually a pretty nice guy. Um, so, but I like players. Um, I used to like when Ken Norton when he played for Dallas, he was a beast. Um, so he was pretty good. I think when I was 17, 18, I was working at a place. Um, T-Cal said Cowboy curse. I was working at a place and um, Ken Norton used to come through drive through all the time. Um, just come through him and his wife and big dude. I'm like, damn, dude. But he was always cool when he came in. So uh, Ken Norton was a beast during his time. Uh, DeMarcus Ware, Charles Haley, a lot of them. Imagine if Trump ran. Oh, hell no. Imagine if Trump ran the Cowboys. How long would they last until it went bankrupt? Well, Trump tried to get a football team back in the days. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So that wasn't good at all. So yeah, Trump would he would destroy the Cowboys. I mean, they would be like, it it won't happen. Um, now Jerry is a great businessman because he took the Cowboys and flipped that team around. Now it's $1 billion team. You can't get upset about that. But the issue I have was when he came out and said, no cowboy will ever kneel for the flag. Well, Jerry, it's not about the flag. And now, instead of him coming out saying he made a mistake about that, he said we need to show people grace. We need to show people grace. Um, if players want to kneel for the flag, we need to show them grace. But a lot of time, and I've seen a couple of games, not that many of them. Um, I look at the beginning of the game and seeing how the players are going to protest, and it's a limited amount of people actually trying to protest, and just it's hard for just one or two people on each team to do it. So that's where where that's standing. TCals said in that saying something because they are terrible and still making money. It's a different type of crowd because growing up in Dallas, when Tom Landry, before Jerry bought the team, and that's how Jerry got a good deal on the Cowboys because um, the teams were basically blackout here locally. Somebody would have to step up and buy tickets just for it could be seen on the TV. Because the thing is, people got tired of the Cowboys losing. They got tired, but see, it's a different type of crowd now, and because it's a different type of crowd, people look at, hey, that's a great stadium. And when people talk all the time about the American team, um, and they get excited about the stadium because it's so beautiful, and some people are spending a life earning to go to a game because it's gonna cost you to go to a game out there, which I have been to several games out there, but no, I'm like, mm-mm. So it's it Jerry have a good marketing team. Um, so T Cal said that was a response for radio. Okay. Um, and radio said Jerry Jones is like George Stern at the NFL. Yes. Jerry have a good marketing team that is handling business. So I cannot knock him for that. I can't knock him at all for that. But I just didn't like the comment that he made about the kneeling. And then it was one player on the Cowboys that kneeled, and that following week he was cut. That was a couple of seasons ago. And then I think he went on to I think he went to was it Kansas or somewhere? Went somewhere and won a Super Bowl. I'm like, oh well. Um, Radio said I haven't followed the NFL this season. I didn't know the Cowboys are struggling. Um, I want to say all of them are struggling. Be honest with you. That's why it was a doubleheader today because a couple of teams were doing a makeup game because of COVID outbreak within that organization. So they did a makeup game, and that's why people got to realize COVID is still here. Don't count it out because it's not over yet. So we still got to look at COVID is still here and it's still taking people out. So, but as for Cowboys record, I couldn't tell you. I think they 1-3 or 2-3 or something like that. I don't know. And from what T Cal said, sound like they finna go worse than that. Yeah, and I think they leading in a division, but the record is not good. Either way it goes. So it's gonna be some folks come on Facebook later on, and they're gonna be upset because if Dallas lose, um, they're not gonna be too happy with him. Um, oh, damn, you didn't tell me that. Right now the score is 28-3. The end of the third quarter. Arizona is winning 28-3. And Arizona record is 3-2. Look like they finna go to 4-2. And then Cowboys gonna go to 2-4. So and not only that, um, yeah, T Cal said the division is beyond terrible. Not only that, I also feel like uh, the way that Jerry did with that Prescott um, contract, I think he drug it on way too long. Um, um, he drug it on way too long, and I think it was just wasn't good. Um, Radio said I went to a Seahawk game in Seattle. It was great, expensive but great. Yeah, when we went to Seattle year four last, um, it was actually they had a game, or did they? I think they had a game, and we didn't go. Um, 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 so we didn't go to it, but our hotel wasn't far from it. So we stayed downtown, and depends on where we was going. We had to pass by it. So I would have loved to go to it. Now, I don't know if they tickets still the same as for the Falcons. Um, I had the opportunity to go to their game, and they tickets was actually pretty reasonable. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when they built this new stadium, they said the tickets was going to stay the same price or somewhere in the same price. TCal said, "Damn, should have got his bag." Yeah. Um, she said, "I would love to get to a Seattle game." Um, I would too. I think if I go back up there and it's football season, I would uh, I would try to go to one. Um, just to say, you know what? Hey, I've been to one. I think the last Cowboy game I went to, uh, well, it may have been the one before the last. It was the last time Vic played there. I had the opportunity to go see him, and I was like, all right, that was a pretty good game to be able to see Michael Vick play, and that was interesting. And I think Dallas lost that game. Yeah, not a shocker, but hey. But I think people are not like how they used to be because we have a younger crowd. And like I said, Jerry's doing what's right. I don't know if he have the 19 uh the 19 uh well, it went up. It started off at 19, but I think it's like $29 standing room only. I don't think he's doing that during this time. But when he started to do that, that actually got more people to get involved. Um, Radio said Seattle just got an NHL team. Okay, all they need to all they need is to get their basketball team back. Yes, and the Supersonic. Welcome to the show, Cowboy from Hell. I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully everything is going good. He said Michael Vick equal positive. I'd kick his ass if I met him in person. uh, he said Michael Vick is a piece of um, I'd kick his ass if I met him in person. I wonder why. Want to tell us why? Because I'm just kind of curious. Why would you? Why would you? Why do you think he a POS? Just kind of curious about that. Uh, Let us know why. Um, okay, he said he just moved to his new apartment. Everything is great. That's good. You in Arizona, right? I believe you said you in Arizona, Phoenix. Um, so that's a good thing. Um, Congratulations on the new apartment. That's a good thing. Um, he wants to fight pit bulls. I want to fight him. Well, the thing is, Mike have done his time, and he's no longer fighting dogs anymore. So we have to move on from there. And that's the problem with society, because if a person make a mistake, they still try to hold that up against the person head. And the man done his time. So it's time for us to move on. Um, just forgive him. And now, if he's doing it today, which he's not, that'll be different. When he did it, he was held accountable for it. But at the same time, it's not good. Since you're talking about him fighting dogs, and he said, "Yeah, Arizona, good memory." I appreciate it. And T Cal said, if it's about the dogs, let it go. Uh, he did some celebrity time that won't count. A lot of people that is in the that is famous, they do celebrity time. But Vic, he lost his job. I forgot how much time he did in jail, but it was fit for that. Actually, I think they said he got more time than what he should have. Then he had to do probation when he got out, if I'm not mistaken. But here it is. It been what, almost 10 years now? We should be over that. I'm just saying. That's the thing. Um, that's the difference. When people certain people do things, we hold it against them and um we don't let it go. Um, you said Stewart equal don't count because of the inside trading. I would assume that's the reason why you saying it. T Cal said Vic did more time than some killers. Yes, he did. Um, Cowboy said, "Well, I'm not done with it till I fight him." T Cal said, "The white ones." Well, let's talk about Vic, because I seen a video last week, and I don't know if y'all seen it on social media. I believe it was on Instagram. Uh, this lady approached two guys, and she was saying some stuff. I don't know if she was high off her meds. I don't know what the situation was, but this woman threw a puppy at one of the people. I didn't see um, no outrage about it. So I'm like, wow, which is crazy. Now, as for Martha Stewart, I would assume you're talking about the inside trading. And are you aware that right before it came out about the pandemic, I guess at the beginning of the pandemic, uh, some of Trump friends, that was, I want to say, some Senate and Congress that actually sold their stock because of the stock market. Um, so they sold their stock off of inside trading. But because of the pandemic, we don't hear too much about it. So they should be held accountable. They should be charged just like Martha Stewart was charged. So it shouldn't make a difference who's doing it. They should be held accountable. Um, I'm gonna say no, because a lot of time we end up having to do white versus black because the crimes do not add up the same when it's dealing with a white person, or if it's dealing with a black person. The crimes do not add up. Um, 9 times out of 10, that black person gonna get more crime than a white person for the same crime. Um, you said I'm not on that game. I guess Instagram you're talking about. But that's crazy because we as a people, if you do the crime, you should do the time, regardless of what color you are. You should be held accountable for your actions. And that's the way it should be. But unfortunately, in today's society, that do not happen. Uh, Certain people will be held accountable. Some people will get a slap on the wrist and tell them not to do it again. That's kind of like a young man several years back. He underage drinking. Ethan, I forgot his name. Um, he just now apologizing for killing. I think it was three people. They was working on changing a tire on a vehicle here in Texas. And after he got caught, they came up with a term. They got him off with a slap on the wrist. Two or three people lost their life. Then they turned around. He violated his parole uh, during the ping pong drinking game. Now, take it, he's still underage. Got it on videotape of him doing that. Then him and his mama ran off. Him and his mama ran off, ran to Mexico, took money out the bank, ran off. They finally caught up with him. He come back, go into the jail, and I think he got out, did something else, violated parole again. They kept him in there, and this time he ended up doing like I don't think it was a year, but the problem is we keep giving people chances. It's one thing if they did something, they paid the time for it. It's another thing they paid the time, they get out, they didn't learn a lesson. Michael Vick learned his lesson. He's not fighting dogs anymore, so we need to get over that. Martha Stewart is not doing inside trading anymore, from what we know, so we need to get over that. As for talking about you want to fight him, I don't know. Uh, some fights you may want to walk away from because you may not want to open that door. So never judge the book by its cover, because you mess around and approach him, it might be a 1-2 punch and you out of there. Eva Donkey came back into the house. He said, "Oh, there will be arrests. Many. Boy, you sounding like you're like Trump. Many arrests. Justice is like a steamroller, slower than hell, but no escaping." um, Radio said, I think the term was aphorism. You're right, which meant being too influent to know better. That's a silver spoon. Basically mean he been given everything in his life and he didn't know the difference between right and wrong. Well, first of all, you underage. You drinking, you kill folks, and because of your privilege, you didn't know the difference. And I actually had a friend. I think this would be the fourth or fifth year here in Texas, um, like a week before Christmas. Um, One of my friend's son was killed by a underage, um, intoxicated person. Not only intoxicated, but when the police got there, he had coke in his lap, and he was underage. And they stayed in court for a while, and this guy ended up getting out. He got out. He's out today. Didn't do any jail time. Had probation. That's it. But instead of holding these people accountable for their actions, they give them a slap on the wrist. I know years ago, I was going down the highway, 67, on my way to work early one morning, and I see these lights coming around the curve. I'm like, hold on, this is not right. Something ain't right. Well, it was a truck on my side of the highway. I pulled over on the shoulder, let him pass me, and called the police. They caught up with him, and they made me come and testify. And I'm like, look, I couldn't see who was driving, but I went, said what I knew, and I went with it like that. And kind of find out this was like this guy's 6 or 7 DWI incident. So it's no joke. Um, and speaking of no joke, Radio just said drunk driver is no joke. You should do serious time if you kill someone. Yes, you should, um, regardless of your age. And unfortunately, this young boy got out, no time served. So um, I say it all the time: you do the crime, you do the time, regardless of what it is. Um, so and my mom, she broke me and my brother down growing up. We go in back in the days, we go into a store and they used to have a little penny candy. We didn't know. Shoot. Grab one of those, we got our butt toe up and had to go back and take it back. She didn't play. She don't play. So that's how it was. Eva Donker said in Germany, they drive through a people 20 miles out of town and make them walk back. That that'll make them think about it. Some country will cut your hand off for however you did the crime, they will punish that part of your body. So, um, which they should. Now, I'm all for it. If you do the crime, you know the rules. Hey, you gotta go by the rules of the land. That's all to it. So the laws of the land, you have to follow them. And I think here in Texas, we give people too many chances, um, especially when it come down to drunk driving. I think it was maybe a year or so ago in Fort Worth. This guy had so many uh, DWIs, and they was like, he never should have been driving. He should have been in jail, but he didn't go to jail until he killed someone. After all those drunk driving arrests, they said he should have been in jail a long time ago. So that's we gotta hold people accountable. Drunk driving, drug charge, any crimes, you need to be held accountable, and they need to be fair across the board. We cannot give somebody life for allegedly stealing hedge clippers. That's not the same crime. All his crimes were petty crimes, either drug, alcohol, or petty theft. But you giving this man life for allegedly stealing hedge clippers. Uh, T-Cal said, "What about that young boy that was rich and they did nothing?" Yeah, that's who we was talking about. Ethan. I forgot his last name. But he just recently apologized for killing those folks. Um, I'm talking about like within the last couple of days. What is his name? Um, uh, Pull it up. I can't remember his name. Um, remember that guy that murdered those three um, fishermen? Yes, had 230 felony counts with 15 felony conviction and was still walking around free. No way in hell he should have been on the street. Ethan Couch is his name. Ethan Couch. And he was 16 at the time. He killed 4 people. Intoxication manslaughter. Killed 4 people, injured 9 people. So it's no way he should have um, been allowed to go with a flap on the wrist. It doesn't make a difference. He should have been held accountable. And let me see, when did uh I want to say he just recently um da, da, da. Oh, I guess he went back to jail earlier this year. Oh no, he was released from jail. Um, so when you have money, you can make up things wrong with you and make it seem like everything is okay. People will believe, oh, he just so privileged and he didn't know the difference. He knew what he needed to do and not do, and he chose not to do the right thing. So, no, excuse me. He chose not to do the right thing because, first of all, they should have followed the liquor. Where did he get the liquor from? That's what they should have been paying attention to, and they should have held those people accountable for it. Um, um, uh, I don't, I don't know anything about that. Um, yes, what about all them skeleton they found right by Epstein Island? Someone got to go to jail for that. I believe that that's a different country. I don't know where his Allen was. I don't know. Um, but yeah, if it was in the U.S., they should be held accountable. I know he did live in Florida at one point. I don't know if it was in Florida or where it was, but yeah, you do the crime, you should do the time, regardless of who you are, how much money you have, and you should get the same sentence just like anybody else. That's the way it should be, regardless of who it is or anything. You should get those same sentence. That's the way I see it. Um, that's my opinion. Uh, Skeleton the size of children. Um, I don't know much about it, but I can tell you they have resumed um, trying to see if there's a mass grave in Tulsa, Oklahoma from the um, Black Wall Street bombing, and they saying that if they find bodies, they will discontinue the search. They would not disturb the bodies. Um, where did you read that at? On you said I read up on that today. Are you talking about the Epstein or the Tulsa, Oklahoma situation? Not sure which one you're talking about. Um, but either way, um, man, 2 hours went by quick. I know I said I wasn't going to be on here for 2 hours, but we end up doing a little bit over. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, no game tomorrow. So I'm sure we'll be doing. I say it's no game, but I think the World Series start tomorrow. I'm not sure. Jeffrey the weirdo is talking about. Okay. Um, where was that island located? Where was it located? Let me know where it's located, and I'll try to take a look at it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go more detail about the ice cube since it came up. I'm gonna try to look more into that situation and find out what's what on that, and then I'm sure it'll be some more stories coming up um, that have taken place um, somewhere. So we will be talking about those too on tomorrow. But I'm gonna look more into that Ice Cube, that 50 cents, and see what we can come up with. So radio, I appreciate you. Said have a good one later. Eva Donkey, thank you for tuning in. T Cal, I cannot remember everybody's name. Julie Dockin, I remember her name. Robin, and everyone else that tuned in, that just came in to listen, see how things was going. Um, he said, I don't know where it is, but I know it's called Little St. James. I'll look it up. He said, peace out. So until tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time, we will be back tomorrow if the good Lord say the same. Until then, I love each and every one of you. Thank y'all for tuning in.